So you're joining me here on this frozen, well, it's somewhat frozen. Some sections of it are somewhat thawed since we've had a bit of a warm day. And I'm here to talk to you about daily acts of discipline. And that's something I've been devoting myself to recently, because recently I've been in a bit of a rut in my self-improvement. And the way I've been trying to get myself out of it is by doing daily acts of discipline. And what this looks like is literally what I just was doing, which is going for a morning run. And I've realized that doing something that sucks every single day is one of, if not the most powerful things you can do to boost your mood, to boost your mental health, to boost your confidence. The benefits are endless. And so I'm making this video to talk about how you can implement that into your own life. And in a second here, I'm gonna finish my run, and I'm gonna probably cut to myself inside if I don't finish this video here, because there is some things that would be beneficial if I was inside to talk to you about. But for the most part, the main point is setting a concise and clear goal that you can work towards. Something that I've realized that happens a lot of times when I'm in these ruts is I sort of lose that drive. I sort of lose that goal that I'm striving towards. And there's many ways you can do that. You can put reminders up for yourself, like I had for a really long time. It was a weird noise. Okay. I had for a really long time a piece of paper on my wall that had my goal of 1,000 subscribers written on it, and that was a reminder for me to basically work on YouTube. But I did realize that didn't really work so well for me, and I was trying to figure out, like what's the best way for me personally to work myself out of a rut. And what I found to be the best way was a habit tracker. And a lot of self-improvement people talk about habit trackers a lot, where they're like, oh yeah, you need habit trackers in your life, it's the best thing you can do, whatever. But I really believed them until I did it for myself. And I realized that everything they said about habit trackers is true. So by the end of this video, I'm gonna walk you through making your own habit tracker, because tracking because having a goal written on your wall is all fine, right? It's great. But if you don't have a clear and concise plan and set pathway of how you're gonna get to that goal, then there's really no point in having that goal written on the wall. I mean, it's nice to have a goal written up there, but you also need some kind of game plan to get to that, right? You can visualize yourself having $1 million or having 1,000 subscribers all you want, but you're never going to get there unless you actually have a plan of how you're going to put in the work to get to that goal that you have. And you can tell yourself you're going to start going to the gym all you want and put reminders on your wall to go to the gym, but if you don't have a set gym schedule, I mean, just going to the gym occasionally is great, but if you really, really want to make progress, if you don't have a workout plan of some kind, you're not going to get nearly as much progress as you'd like to. So I'm going to turn over to my indoor self now. I'm going to test my editing skills, basically, is the plan. Oh, it's always hard to work yourself up for this. I don't know if you can see on the camera. So got back from a run, made some breakfast. Thought about filming myself, like cooking eggs or whatever, just for like, like little clips to put in the video or whatever. But my mom was watching a movie, and the sound was in the video, of course, and so I didn't feel like having that in. Just heard a weird noise. But yeah, so having the goals on the wall is great, but with a habit tracker, like what I've just made for myself, you have that roadmap that you can stick to every day. So basically, I'm going to walk you. So what I'm going to have you do for this video is get yourself a piece of paper, like literally do this right now, right? And if you don't, I'm disappointed. Disappointed. But basically, get a piece of paper out. And on that piece of paper, I want you to write along the side, and it's your choice, right? Write along the side, either 1 through 30 or 1 through 14, or basically just any list of numbers longer than 7. Or 7. Basically, if 7 or higher, write that down on the side of your thing. The higher, the better. And then across the top, you're going to write the habits that you want to do to get to the goal that you have, right? So for me, the two main goals that I have is 1,000 subscribers, and I want to bulk up to 150 pounds body weight, right? So on my habit tracker, I have several things on my habit tracker, but one of them is exercise, and another one is make work on YouTube, right? Whether that's scripting, editing, or filming. And then basically and then you have, once you've listed all the habits that you want to do across the top, you're going to draw columns, basically just draw like a line down each side. And in the end, it's going to look a little something like this, right? I just started mine, so I don't have very many check marks. Yeah, so basically, once you have your columns down, and then you can draw lines across if you want to make it look more organized. Whatever, I didn't because I did loose leaf, so it already has lines. And basically, each number that you wrote along the side is a day, right? So for me, I have 1 through 30, and every single day, I'm committing myself to check off a few of these boxes. And it's okay if you don't check off all of them. Like on this, I did not check off YouTube yesterday because I was busy, and honestly, making a video just kind of slipped my mind. But I also have other things I was able to check off. And so by doing this, by having this habit tracker in place, it's daily accountability. And honestly, it's okay if you miss a few check marks, right? Because if you're going from, let's say you're overweight, right? I'm not saying you are, but if you are, and then your habits that you want to get into is like exercise, right? You want to exercise daily, do some kind of exercise. If you miss a day or two, like say you're traveling on a plane or whatever, you didn't get a chance to do that or whatever, that's okay to miss a few days, because think about it, right? If you were to look at that habit tracker and see all the check marks and then see all the blank spaces, and you calculate the average like check mark per day ratio missed or whatever, and as long as that is higher than 50, then you're making an enormous amount of progress. Honestly, if it's lower than 50, you're making an enormous amount of progress, because if you're going from 0 to a few check marks a week, that's incredible, right? You're going from no exercise to occasionally exercising. That is incredible progress. And if you're doing that, congratulations, you are on the right track in your life, right? So don't get too bogged down by missing a check mark. Like at the time when I missed a check mark, I was like, oh man, I can't believe I forgot to make a video or whatever. Like it's terrible, right? Then I realized like the check mark, I checked that box the day before and the day before that, and today I'm checking that box. So it's okay to miss a few days. So don't get too bogged down by that. And the last thing before I get out of here is, once you've made this habit tracker, I want you to really commit to it. Even though it's a little embarrassing or whatever, hanging up on your wall somewhere visible. Like this is right here. So every day when I sit down on this desk to work or whatever, right? I get to see that habit tracker. And it's a reminder to do the habits of that. So if I hadn't exercised that day and I sit down on this desk and I look over and I see my habit tracker, I'm going to realize like, oh shoot, I haven't exercised today. Let me get on the floor and do some push-ups, right? It's very, very powerful to have this daily reminder rather than just having a piece of paper on the wall that says 1,000 subscribers, 150 pounds, right? I used to have that. In fact, I think I still have that piece of paper. Yeah, it's right here. Even though it's a very good reminder to have that on the wall, it's not nearly as effective as this habit tracker. That's all I got for today. So, if you want to really transform your life, daily acts of discipline with a habit tracker is by far the most effective method of doing this. This has genuinely changed my life, and I hope you do the same, and I hope it benefits you as well. That's all I got for today. God bless you, and stay wild.